little Brenda lost it all one day, no tears. Government took it all away in fears. Kids, stolen life, a mess, nothing left. But she fought back with every breath. A husband locked away for trying so hard. Brenda's heart took blow after blow. 15 years gone, but hope's a bright star. She showed the world what they didn't know. She's bringing it back, Brenda's new dawn. Living her life, singing her song. Starting over, no chains to bind. Loving it all, pure peace of mind. She's helping others rise and shine, teaching joy from a heart so kind. No looking back, just moving ahead. In her story, no tears are shed. From ashes, Brenda stands so tall. Brenda's living, showing what she can do. She's bringing it back.
In the heart of our great nation, where the strength of our communities is built upon the foundation of strong and loving families, an urgent crisis is unfolding. Child Protective Services, CPS, an institution designed to safeguard our most vulnerable, has in many cases betrayed its noble mission. Too often, families are torn apart not by neglect or abuse, but by systemic failures and corruption. We can no longer stand idly by as these injustices continue. We are here to give a voice to those who have been isolated, to shine a light on the corruption, and to rally our fellow citizens in this critical fight for justice. Every day, countless families are caught in a web of bureaucracy and abuse of power, their lives disrupted and their bonds shattered. Children, who should be nurtured and protected, are instead placed in situations that can be just as, if not more, harmful than the circumstances from which they were taken. Parents, often bewildered and powerless, face insurmountable odds as they fight to reunite with their children. This is not the America we believe in. We cannot allow these injustices to persist. Our mission is to educate, to inform, and to inspire action. We promise to bring you daily updates on CPS, exposing the truth and fighting for reform. We must remember that the future of our nation depends on the strength and unity of our families. By standing together, we can hold CPS accountable and ensure that it fulfills its true purpose, protecting children and preserving families. This is a fight we must not and will not lose. We are committed to saving our families and securing a brighter future for all. The road ahead is challenging, but with your support, we can make a difference. Together, we will bring hope to those who have lost it and ensure that justice prevails. Let us unite with unwavering resolve and a sense of patriotic duty to safeguard the integrity of our families and the future of our nation.
Oh no, guys. Oh no, I slipped. Hold on. Oh boy, this is not good. Oh, all right, it's all right, guys. son of a bitch. Okay, what happened? I was running back to get here quickly. It's all right. Woo! Okay, that was. It's like you slide. Oh, look at that! You slide into home base. Look at that. Oh, you got it all. Wow. Wow, that's pretty good. You got it. Oh, good Lord. I was trying to. That's weird. I was trying to actually go grab my Bible because I was noticing on this thing right here. This is the. I hate that how it's got that glare. Oh, I almost want to shut off that. See how it says love never fails, and it's got 1 Corinthians 13:18. Hold on, guys. I wore a dress even for the occasion. We got all kinds of things going on. I think I broke my toes. Oy. All right, but we'll get yeah. Debbie, it's all for love, Yeah, that was funny how you guys got to see that because my whole laptop fell off the thing. Good Lord, I hope I don't break this laptop because I think I pretty much broke the other one I had. My son's like, I'm taking this out of here. But anyways, yeah, I'm good. Oh my God, my toe's not though. But in any case, I was gonna, I might preach a lot about God and getting into your Bible, guys. But I'd be the worst one to remember where anything is as far as verses and stuff like that. I mean, that's why I can say I like to surround myself with people who know a lot about the Bible. And as I have a really good friend that would tell you, if somebody's talking the talk and preaching and letting you know about what they think their perception is, make sure you back it up. Back it up with your own, and I recommend the King James Version. And so since I got this, I just recently got this. I'm keeping this as like I always have, like every year. I have a book, and I started this one out in January, where I'll keep my most important notes. And it's like my go-to book. And I can tell you guys, I've had so many go-to books throughout the years. I'm going to show you this other one because I've kept these for a while. Like I say, I've had some pretty good telephone numbers throughout the years and stuff like that too. And this is I'm going to show you this is how long I keep my stuff because I don't know, somehow I feel this is like almost like keeping it in memory. Oh damn, I hate when that happens there. Look at this one, guys. This is like, it lost the cover. This one, and it's got numbers like, okay, I can tell you, this is where I started with like numbers to the White House and stuff like that. And just different things that I wanted to, I always wanted to, like, I always been a freedom fighter, no matter, even before my kids were taken. And, oh, thank you very much for being here, Fact Over Lies. Wonderful. Yep, it's a great thing. And then a lot of times, even how they made a big deal a while back about Kavanaugh and his calendars. Then he got into the Supreme Court and all that. Well, calendars is also a good thing because if you keep your calendar and whatever you have going on that day, especially when you have like hearings going on and these events. I mean, now I know y'all can put it all on your phones and stuff like that, but I swear I'm old school and I like to keep a backup plan because you never know. I mean, if all fails, I think you want to have a backup plan. And my backup plan is to get our children free. And I'm excited, you guys. Like I say, somebody said last night, I look tired. Yes, I'm tired. What I'm tired of is living every day without my family. So that's why we're excited about the show, excited to get the word out. Um, and saying tonight at 7 p.m. We're going to be there, and we're hoping that everybody that's been tuning in joins us, and everybody that's been tuning in may include, their family in on this, and or your relatives, your friends, and all. Anybody that knows like what you're going through and appreciates it, even if they not like last night. I was just like, I have a lot of people that are my friends on on Facebook that I probably don't even know, but I know what I know enough to know is they're also fighting for their children and fighting for their families. So in the middle of the night, we did a late night, and there I was inviting everybody to come on, but like I say, late night is more of a discussion to just go back and forth, and we want to hear what you have to say too. And yeah, we gotta thank you for bringing that up, because we gotta share it, like, subscribe, do everything, like give it a thumbs up. I mean, I usually have to go in and out and go to another screen on my extra phone. Even if you got a couple of different YouTube accounts, go to the sign into your other YouTube account, and I give a thumbs up there. Just the more the merrier. Even if it's just you doing it 3 times, hey, you're putting it out there. So okay, so love never fails, and we wanted to say happy Valentine's to whoever does that. But like I say, usually, it gets around the holidays. That is a sad time, but we can turn it around and we can make it a positive. We want to mend our broken hearts. How about that? So, okay, I'm still looking this up because it's 1 Corinthians 13:8. Okay, and here it is. Since I went through all the trouble and almost died and killed myself, coming back, sliding on my socks across my tile floor. And so we better do this, because maybe it's the devil is from stopping us trying to get this out to you. Beareth all things. Oh, wait, this is 7, but we're going to start out with 1 Corinthians 7. Beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, and endureth all things. Number 8 says, charity never falleth, but whether there can be prophecies, they shall fall. Whether there be tongues, they shall cease. Whether there will be knowledge, it shall vanish away. I don't really understand what this has to do with love never fails. Oh, I see. Okay. All right. I don't know if that's very encouraging right now, though. So let's move on and say, what else does it say? For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. But when that which is perfect is come, that when which is in part shall be done away. When I was a child, I spake as a child, and I understood as a child. I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. For now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then shall I know, even as also I am known. And now abideth faith, hope, charity, these 3, but the greatest of this is charity. Okay, so even though this book is kind of like, again, this this book says 1 Corinthians, and it says love never fails, and to me that was misleading, because I didn't see anything really about love. I mean, I see a lot about charity, in which this is good. Because what it is the greatest of all those things: faith, hope, love, Charity, those three, the greatest of these is charity. So what that means to me is when you're charitable, that means you're willing to give. Okay, you're willing to give. Like I know the advocates of this show, they're willing to give their time. They're willing to give their love, their understanding. They're willing to give all that to go on the show and try to help and spread out the word that Child Protective Services is a dangerous thing. And we want to be prepared, and we want to warn people to be careful, because if you do have your loved ones, like, hold them tight, because this is not the this is a cruel world. Okay, it's a very cruel world, and we've seen how evil can is kind of swallow up, like it was swallowing up the country with the other administration. It could swallow you up as well. So we got to be careful with that. And okay, yay. All right, I'm glad that you guys are here this morning. I didn't, and even though I'm telling all y'all to like and subscribe and everything, I did not. Wow, I wonder what that is. I'll tell you guys. I did not get much sleep, so I might take a nap before all this happens later on. But I just like to say, I'm really praying, and if y'all want to pray with me, because I really pray that our President Trump and the administration, Elon Musk, and I pray that even with the press secretary, now that RFK has been confirmed as well. I mean, it seems to me this is a great accomplishment, and I think our prayers are going to be answered soon. And I know a lot of people have faith that is true, and I just pray that it is true, that this administration can help us expose the crimes of Child Protective Services and the family courts that cater to trafficking children. And that's pretty much what it is. A lot of people don't want to like to use that word, but I'm sorry. The word's not the problem. The action is the problem. That you can raise your children perfectly well and be successful at it, and then have somebody come in and say, these kids, we're taking them, and we're gonna make sure that you're doing a good job. I mean, who are you? Who are you to come in and think that you can have that control? And I noticed that about there's certain people, like I say, there's certain actors that may be wearing a uniform of a person that's supposed to be helping you. Like it's almost like it's like not Valentine's, it's like a Halloween thing where they're putting on the costumes. Okay, they're putting on the costumes and they're playing the role, but they're not doing their job. And what they are doing is picking up a check, and a lot of times they are taking our children with them. So it's a scary situation, and what we're trying to do is just make awareness to this, is that we're not some crazy people, okay, some crazy parents that been doing bad things and then lost their children. No, it's not that at all. I could tell you there's a masses and masses of parents that are perfectly wonderful and can perfectly raise their children on their own without any interference. And that is our freedom to do that. Okay, that's our freedoms. That we are supposed to be able to do that. I mean, it's if you're going to follow the Constitution. Okay, I know I'm not good at all that jazz, but you guys, if anybody wants to throw in the case law on these things, I did write down something that I thought, I might go over. Let me see, I've got it. Wonder if I know where I put it, guys. I put it in my messages, and sometimes I do that too. I'll message myself back and forth between two phones. And they also, it's there's so much modern technology now. I mean, it's just sometimes it's too modern for me. I just can't get it. Keep up to date on this stuff, and especially when you're going through trauma and stuff like that, it is hard to keep in the game and accomplish tasks that needs to be done, and you can very easily slip into a depression. And take it from one who knows, because um I just have to look at my husband, because for some reason God has made me pretty strong and pretty solid, because I've been through a lot, and I've overcome a lot of these things. But it doesn't mean, if by overcoming doesn't mean you're giving up. It means you are surviving. We are all survivors that have gone through this. We are victims of child protective services, of victims of a corrupt court system, and we're seeking justice. Okay, legal and refutable justice. Okay, because this was our country was made on. Okay, we're not doing anything that people haven't been doing for thousands of years, standing up and saying, ho ho, wait a minute, this is not right, this is wrong, and here we are, and we're here to defend our families. Okay, now I don't know, Finny, gosh darn it, if anybody ever went to my Brenda Cameron, I have a YouTube page. I think it's just Brenda Cameron, and it's got my daughter on there. And I kind of sent it, and I know we can't bother Darren this morning, but I really would like to play that this morning with my daughter and her cries for help. But I think we played that more recently, but that's okay. Also, when I'm running around, taking a trip to Florida to see my friends last summer, I'm kind of on a mission to spread the word about the children that are being trafficked through CPS. That was the other video I was thinking of sharing with y'all yesterday, was something else I believe I have on YouTube, and I might have shared with you yesterday, Vinny, but it was a picture of me being pulled over by the state police. And the thing is that right when he pulled me over, I said, I just want to be straightforward with you right away. I know that I have a false threat tag on me. It's called a Fusion Exchange Bulletin. And it's happening to not just, I think it really has happened more to parents, because it seems like almost everyone is a parent. Okay, almost everyone. I mean, some people aren't fortunate to be able to reproduce, but there's so many parents. And if you're not a parent yourself, you probably have nieces and nephews, and just feel you feel love for your family. And to have that taken away from you, you got to think about the effects too. That's not only how it's affecting mom and dad, and of course, our main concern is how it's affecting our children. And when we got to keep a positive attitude when we do see our children again. They're going to need a lot of therapy. They're going to need a lot of love, and they're going to need a lot of understanding, because there's no way that we could ever understand what horrors that they have went through, being away from their family and thrown into these abusive situations. If anybody noticed, a Pam Bondi coming up there yesterday, and with a mother that unfortunately lost a daughter through illegal coming over the border. And I can't remember exactly, something about I can't remember what it was called, but I noticed that yesterday, and I noticed it in somebody else's like little group chat, and I shared it. And in my opinion, guys, if you have been through it for a while, if your case is over and you've been in it for a minute, let's say that, I suggest contacting a Wendy Thomas, okay? Because um, she's really out there to help people, and she doesn't ask anybody for anything. She doesn't ask anybody for anything. She's just a beautiful, wonderful woman, and wants to see that families are brought together, in peace and harmony. We don't want to. Oh, you guys, that's too good. They, I did have a microphone like that. I should bring that out later. That is great. I don't know why I haven't bring out my microphone. It's just like that. I love that. Thank you, Darren, so much. Okay, and thank y'all for joining, because I really appreciate it. I don't want to sit here and go blah blah blah. I want to hear what you guys have to say, and if anybody wants to join in, I mean, you're welcome to it. I'm sure that Vinny would send you the link if you want to come on and say something this morning. But I really appreciate all that Darren and everybody, like Vinny. I mean, these guys are just getting up anytime somebody wants to do a show. They just like it's not like they're like, well, what time you want to do it? Just like they're open to anybody's ideas, and they're open to anybody doing their own show at any time. But oh my gosh, so me and Danielle. No, Danielle, I don't even know how to say your last name. See, I have this whole drawer that fell down now. This is like an I have this laptop, and I haven't learned my lesson yet. I have it on this like antique end table. And oh, look at this. I should have showed this to my son. He just my son that like I said, there's always seems to be somebody in your family that goes above and beyond as well. Not only the advocates here on the show, somebody in your family that go above and beyond to try to do what they can to help you. In my case, it's it's my son, and he's done everything he could for his two younger siblings, because I mean, a big age difference between my kids. My son, who's a doctor here in Louisiana, he's smack dab right in the middle. Like, I had him when I was 25. My oldest two children that are in New Hampshire, they're 40 and 39 now. And my son Hawk, he just turned 34, and he's just been a blessing in my life. Been there for me and my husband every step of the way. And my other kids got going on, my older ones, I think they're fearful for their families and for their lives, and that's why they've distanced themselves, because of all the stuff that's going on with CPS. And it's really sad, because I love all my kids. Yeah, I love them. But let me see. I found this. Look at this. I just happened to, this drawer fell out. And that's what I say. Anytime that anything falls into my lap and falls in front of me, I'm like, maybe God's saying, whoa, slow up. Look at this, look at that. Also, in the same drawer, I find a letter for my son when after the fact that our things were said and done with Department of Children and Families, as far as trying to get them back into our care. They have you sign up. I don't know if any of y'all did this after the fact thing, but it's Department of Children and Families thing. See, this has got DeSantis' name up here. So when I call down to the Governor DeSantis' office and I say, hey, I think your Department of Children and Families are breaking laws, rules, statutes, and regulations, and this needs to be looked into, they're going to refer me back to the head of the Department of Children and Families. To me, I think that should be the job of the governor. You're put into that place. You're not going to send me back to the same entity that just destroyed my life, are you? This is what I've got. But this is what they call the reunion registry. I really don't know what good it does, y'all. But I would say any chance of getting into anything that would help you reunite with your children or help your children. This is how, when your children turned 18 or whatever, that if they are going through some adoption reunion registry, that they might be able to find you because you're on the list and don't have your address and everything. And if you move, you update your address. But this one is the Florida Adoption Reunion Registry. And I know they also have a national reunion registry. I don't have that information, but like I said, that's what fell into my lap. Also, it shows also some other work that I'd done. See this? I don't know if you can see that. It does have a P, and this came from a Mrs. I believe her first name is Carolyn Paul, that's married to Ron Paul. Okay, now I'm living closer to Texas where they are. She actually sent me a letter, okay, when we lived in Maine, because my husband was running for legislator there, and my two young kids were there at the same time. And Chris did a whole show about it. Like, well, he didn't know. He just did some clips and stuff because, like, since he was running for legislator, we were kind of finding about all these events. At that time, Ron Paul was running for president, and he's all about liberty. He's actually got something still that you could call up. I used to call down there because anybody that stands for liberty, freedom, justice, believe me, I'm on the phone saying, hello, how are you? This is what I'm standing for too. And I see a few different problems. How do you think we can move forward with this? And if I have some ideas to share, I'm going to share it. If I've analyzed situations and I want to share my probability theories, I'm going to do it. And there's certain people that don't like that. And I think that's how I ended up in the situation that I am today. So, what's going on with the comments? And again, I just want to, big show tonight, okay? 7 p.m. Eastern time, going out to our president, Donald Trump. Please get the info out. Anybody you know, like I say, anybody at all. I mean, don't stop believing. Just like the song, don't stop believing, because like I said, I used to do this kind of thing. The reason she sent me this is when we were at this little, it was in fact, you can still type it in, brick, I think it's a red brick church or something, where we met. They had this little meeting with Ron Paul where he got up, and then so many people were able to go up and shake Ron Paul's hand. And Chris did a little video of it. And I know somewhere in the archives of all the stuff that Florida Department of Law Enforcement and the FBI and all stuff wanted to go through all of our computers and all that stuff, and just some excuse they made up just so they can go through all of our stuff. But the fact is that what we did save on YouTube is still saved, and that's why I recommend that. If you guys have some film, even if you have a channel that you specifically take those videos that are precious and important to you, even if it's your hearings, whatever, have a channel. You can keep it private if you want to keep it private, but that's going to keep your information stored forever, and it's going to be there. They can't do anything about that. Certain things, I don't think I've really had a problem with YouTube blocking any of my stuff or censoring any of my stuff, but they mess with those algorithms and to mess with your views. And it always seemed to me like when Chris was trying to, broadcast, use YouTube as a broadcasting network, that it seemed like the only people that were watching it was like, it'd always be like 15 people. That's crazy. It's a 15 law enforcement that are trying to wait for somebody to slip up because they're talking on every word you're saying. God, I can't stand it. God in heaven. It's just like, Yeah, I know you're not old enough to watch all them Seinfelds, but that George Costanza, he'd be his dad, funny guy. I can't remember what his name was, but he'd be like, "Serenity now," and I really understand where he's coming from now. It's just like, Lord, give me strength, because we're fighters, we're warriors, but everybody gets dragged down after a certain amount of time. And that's why, you guys, it's so important to keep yourself healthy, strong, in body and mind, and even just walking every day. It's proven, studies that doing this, or gardening or something like that, where you're focusing on something other than the problems you got going on in the country. And thanks a lot, guys, for joining in. And hopefully there's somebody there. Everybody's trying to sleep in this morning so they can be ready for the show. But you know what? I can have a nap later if I feel like it. But I'm getting energized this morning, and goodness gracious, I understand that I might have broken toes, but I'm still standing. I'm still standing after all this time. Looking like a true survivor, feeling like a little kid. I'm still standing. Well, guys, you know the truth. Tell me about it. You can watch, and that's another good thing about YouTube is if you aren't up to watch it, you can watch it later. There's nothing wrong with that. And you can still, even though it's not in the chat, you can leave comments on later. Say, oh, hey, thumbs up. I watched your show. Hey, that was good. I mean, give some encouragement to these people that are actually having courage themselves by getting up on the screen. I mean, I can tell you, before all this happened to my husband, you wouldn't see me getting up here on the screen and doing anything like this. In fact, I'm one of those persons that I don't like my picture taken. Ooh, that's ugly. No, please don't take my picture. But things are turning around. And the original reason I can tell you that I got on Facebook and TikTok and anything I could was in hopes to find my children, that my children, now young adults, would be also have access to the internet, and they would be able to say, hey, there's my mom, this is where she is. I could message her through any means, so easily. But that's what's the scary part, is if my kids are this age and they're not reaching out to me, that's a scary situation. And this is what I want to bring forward to the president, to say, kids are disappearing, and it's not just the illegal immigrants and their families coming over the border. It's Americans. We're Americans strong, okay? America strong. I know there's a news that says that, and I'm like, that's good. That's a good thing to say and do, or whatever. And see, I was all in. Nobody wanted to come into my fun, but I was like willing to make posters for people. I have right down the street from me, there's a college, and graciously, this kid that works up there, he's like, he'll print out anything I want. Look at beautiful colors. This right here, this reminds me of I'll get into that in a minute, but I thought this was so cute, right? It's power in the kisser. And then again, I'm always referring back to, because God is watching over us, okay? God is never leave us or forsake us, okay? It may seem like that at times. It seemed like, oh God, where are you? How is this able to happen under God's watch, is what I'm thinking. But just like this song, again, I'm going to refer to another song. There, I got to show you this part of this thing, though. What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. Da, 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 da. This was the one right here on the Fox News, like I was telling you. What is this? And then I got this idea from Jerry Pfeiffer, where she's another one that tries to help moms and dads find their children after they've aged out of foster care. But she's always like, when you go on these social medias, throw in your kid's full name, throw in their date of birth, anything you can imagine that would get your children's attention. I mean, there was a lady on the show last night. Her last name started with a P, but she was saying her baby was literally taken from her, like boom, right out of the hospital. She had the baby and they're taking it. So if you're in a situation like that where you're a baby, you have no idea what's right and what's wrong or who your mom is, but it seems like, to me, that's what me and Danielle were talking, doesn't that affect this child's health? And I mean, to take somebody away from a baby away from their mom that is ready to nurse and nurture and care for this child. And but in my situation, like I said, my Sage was 12 and Christopher was 10 when this happened. And they literally threatened my kids that they would bust down the door if they didn't open it. And the sheriff my husband was running against came in there. And once I see my son, like, his name is Christopher as well. In fact, I'd mentioned Sage Christina Cambron. Her date of birth is September 10th, 2003. And my Christopher Paul Cambron the second, his birthday is October 31st, 2005. And I just wonder, like, because they can take and change, give these people, they give them new birth certificates and stuff. How is that right? I mean, a birth certificate is a birth certificate. That means you were birthed here at this time, and these are your parents. You guys all have the birth certificates, kids. I don't know about this one lady that had her baby stolen from her right from the hospital, but in most situations, you have your child's birth certificate. It says you are this child's mom or dad. So how, it's almost like you're trying to interfere with, I don't know. Anybody think that's strange to me? It's just strange. And like I say, it gets around to be, this has got to just be evil. This is sure evil, like Sodom and Gomorrah in modern times. And like Trump says, in Israel it's Saturday, well, all hell's gonna break loose in this country if families aren't brought back together. I can tell you that. And it's not any type of threat, it's the reality of people that aren't going to sit back and have their family ripped away from them and keep their mouth shut about it. Because if I try to open my mouth, does that mean you're going to throw me in jail because you don't want people knowing what you did? That's you, mister, should be in jail. Or ma'am, you should be in jail. You are committing crimes. Why have you let evil take over you? It's just like you have, that's why it's important to read your Bibles and keep strong in your faith, because this is sure evil. This is sure evil incarnate. That's somebody would, these are our children and these are ours. Okay. And we sacrificed everything we had for our children. Our whole home over there in Florida was surrounded with everything for the children. That's what our home was all about. It is not a home without our children. It's just a house. Okay? It's just a house. It's really not a home anymore. But the thing is that, I was living in Florida when this happened, and we went through a couple years later, and My one son was moving on because he was got his match of where he'd be in Louisiana and start his residency for being a doctor. And it just, I think the God worked it out. Everything just fell into place. We literally just put our house up for sale over there because we wanted to, follow him down the road, because there was no reason for us to be in Dixie County, Florida anymore. And our children were gone. It was hard for me to break free of that, because I'm like, well, what if one day the kids just come back to the house or something like that, or find their way back to this house? But that's not living in reality, because it would have to be something that happens by some chief justice or some magistrate, someone that is in the circuit or whatever, wherever you've been dealing with this. There's got to be some good people out there that are going to stand up to this corruption and these horrible things that are happening to the children. And like I said, you can't lose faith. Okay. The fight is long and it's hard, but you guys, if I can do it, surely you can. You guys are a lot younger than me. I haven't seen anybody as old as me on this, because I had, like I said, my kids were all going off to college, and my husband's like so sad about it. He's a very emotional person. You don't really see me in tears ever. That's because I bottle up and then freak out all one day. But no, in any case, he's a very emotional person, and he's a crier. I think it runs in his family. His sister, his mom, always like that, very emotional. And as a man, I don't think that there's any shame to showing your emotions like that. In fact, I think that's a wonderful, beautiful thing. And that's you're really a caring and loving person. Okay. And that's what it's all about today, is love will keep us together. And it's Valentine's, y'all. Come on. Are you guys up yet? Because look at y'all. It's after 10 o'clock Eastern time. If I'm up, it's 9:14 for me. Where is everybody? I didn't send out the invites today, and I am regretting it, because look at this. We're about 45 minutes into the show, and we just all we can say is, hey, we were there, and at least we got somebody there, right? I am not alone. And either is any of y'all. You're not alone. What was I going? I was going to go on about something a minute ago. See how I lose track? I'm blaming it all. All my problems I'm blaming on CPS. Sorry. These guys, they ruined my life. I can't even think straight. You know how it is. It's just like, yeah, that's what I say. You always have to take time. I mean, some people are just fight. Do. But you always got to take time out for yourself. And yes, indeed, we are going to take it back. Thank you, Danielle. Danielle, where were you? You got to come in here and finish it off with me. Come on. You know the truth. Thank you for being in the chat, and Debbie and a freedom fighter. Thank you for being there, and happy Valentine's Day to you, Danielle, and to especially your brother and your son and everybody you got over there giving you a hard time. It's a happy day to be alive, because we got this thing going on later on this evening, and we want to get our word out, and we want to say, hey, here we are, and we are fighting for our children. We did nothing wrong, and we want our families back. Let's go, Brandon. Come on. Let me see. What does it say? Here, once they're done. Oh, I see what you guys are talking about. Because I thought this was the cutest thing. Did you guys see the thing I put in there? Come on, that's so cute. Look at this. This is glare. Happy Valentine's. Isn't that cute? I love it. Come on. I'm still like those cute little things. I'm like a kid at heart. You know I am, guys. And I mean, aren't we all? Aren't we all? We still like certain things, you know. We get excited about certain things. All that snow, you guys are getting some of that snow up over there in Maine. I mean, you guys are about to be buried in snow by now. Gosh, I remember living in New Hampshire, and this was the most beautiful times I can remember with Sage and Christopher, because this was before we moved to Florida, and we lived in the mountains. Why did I put this on? Look at this, guys. The stuff that fell off the drawer. This was my tag from the hospital. What do I have in this drawer? This is like not it's a drawer of memories, past and present, apparently. It's like, oh, somebody's coming over, let's shove all this stuff in the drawer. You know it's true. Come on, guys. Does anybody have a room that they got to shove everything in if somebody's coming over? And the thing is that's true, Danielle. We're not going to be silenced, no matter how hard they have tried. Especially, it seems with me, my husband, his family, his ancestor, I think, is Pierre Cambron. It used to have an extra NE at the end of Cambron, but they dropped the extra NE to so people wouldn't mispronounce his name. But he was both outspoken in the Revolutionary War, and there's some history there, because I think Chris he has brought that down through the ages, because this man he got a lot to say when he's got a camera in front of him. I've always been camera shy, but not him. He'd get out there, and he's like, if he believed in something, he was gonna, he's gonna do it and shout it. Or if he wanted to create and have a creation, and do a film, I mean, it was encouraging. What is this? You guys got? You want to play that? How come I can't hear it? Is my volume down?
Focusing on the CPS network next. So Donald Trump just announced that Doge will be focusing on the CPS network next, along with any other governmental offices that deal with children, including the United States foster system. This is huge, and this is breaking. Donald Trump has also went so far as to issue an order that all federal government buildings are to work with Doge. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Any department that chooses not to will be dealt consequences and possibly interior and internal sanctions. I don't know how anybody could hate all this winning that America is doing right now. You guys truly have no idea what a great country looks like. You guys are too wrapped up with your communist bullshit, thinking everybody should have the same thing as everyone else. Well, I, for one, don't like that, because I work a lot harder than, say, my neighbor over here, and I have a lot more nice things than he does. And it's because I earn it. That's all you have to do. Work on merit. Nothing should be given to anybody, ever. I don't care.
I don't know. I like that whole thing, but I don't know. He puts his own personal thing in there at the end, which I really don't get. But I mean, I'm the one that essentially somebody shared that with me, and I shared it on. And I think, I think it was actually Wendy that may have shared that, or maybe I shared it with her, something, because there's another group too, and that's why I'm saying I'm a part of another group that I'm sure with our efforts combined, I mean, we can move mountains, guys, and there's no giving up here. I mean, we are getting all the signs that this is going to happen, with this guy putting out this video, all these words that Trump's coming out of his mouth. You got even something that RFK said yesterday. I think it was confirmed yesterday. I was like, wait, I stopped it and pulled it back as almost like, because he's talking about children too. Okay. they're keeping it kind of light right now. But believe me, I think they're going to come down hard on this. And they better. What is going on? Talking to you in what? Because I don't get it, guys. I'm sorry, I'm been sleepy. Brenda, Darren talking to you in BK. I don't know. What does that mean? BK. What is that? God is the only one that knows the whole truth. Yes, it's true. Yep. I'll always be a big kid at heart. Thank you, Danielle. I love you guys. Back room. Okay, gotcha. Okay. All right, you guys, I really appreciate everybody joining in. And like I say, we look at this. We're getting down to an hour time. And I love the background. It's really coming out well. I don't know who this girl is over there. Some girl. You should have put Sage up there. You know, Sage Uwaji? We used to call her Sage Uwaji. I don't know. She's so cute. Like I say, now these are, like I say, this is the last picture that I can say of Sage right here. That one. That's the last besides that video. Okay, that video, it was in 2019. But that was the Christmas visit that we had, that was like on December 14th. I remember the date. I don't forget these dates, guys. I'm like, this is the day this happened. This is the date this happened. And it seems like, boy, they really come down on you hard around the holidays for a lot of parents that I know. They make you go through Christmas. They'll have a hearing right before the holidays or right in between there. And you have to wait all through a whole week to figure out if your rights have been terminated or not. That's what happened to us. We had that. I had that visit with the children on the 14th. In December, it was like the 17th and the 9th. Well, whatever that was, it was like we had one part of the TPR hearing on a Friday, and then the second half was on Monday. That was like torture in itself. And then, even though we had the TPR hearing and everything was brought forward, except that one evaluation I told y'all about that they hid from the TPR trial about my daughter, they said everybody puts in a petition of why or why not the parents should or should not have their rights terminated. And so from December all the way to January 3rd or 4th, as I recall, we had to wonder, what the decision was. And it's not like we went back into court of law to find out that decision. It was like, frankly, just through an email, not even a phone call from the the Office of Regional Counsel that was supposed to be my court-appointed officer or whatever. I mean, how just like disheartening that is. Excuse me, guys. But I mean, how impersonal. Hey, your life is over. Here's an email. Oh, what happened? Like, I would call down there. I'm like, what's going on? Have you heard anything? Oh, Miss Cameron, I sent you an email. Okay. God, wow. Can you imagine? And people that haven't been through it, I'm sorry, you cannot imagine, because I myself could never imagine that something like this would happen to me, especially when we had such a success rate of raising children. And I think it gets down to the fact is not only they're interfering with our freedoms of speech, but they're interfering with our families, our way of life, our culture, the way, just trying to flip everything upside down. This is not your life. This is our life your life that we want to control. And they're just not happy at all unless they're controlling or they're able to monitor your every word. If they can't monitor your every word and compromise your phones and your internet or come raid your home, they'll be locking you up. So every time you talk to your husband or your wife or whatever that they've also thrown in jail away from you, they've got to monitor your every word. We're not the people you're looking for. And They trying to turn around and say my husband like is trying to inspire um um like violence across the country. No, he's not. He's trying to inspire people to get up, get into the courtrooms and fight for your children. Okay, that's what the fight is. And like I say, and Trump has said the same thing. It's like, hey, we have a justice system and we're counting on it. But when it fails you and it's doing wrong, there's got to be some what do you say, checks and balances, and it's got to be more of this going on. Thanks for joining, Jonathan. I would say we're going to hit it hard by Trump, and he is going to hit Canada's corruption hard too. That's right. I mean, Trump is not just a leader for the United States. He's like a world leader over here. People are looking up to him, presidents and kings, and they're looking up to Donald Trump. And this is big. This is big news, okay? That he wouldn't I mean, you have to live it. It's almost like if I don't know if he'd be so in it if he wasn't wrongfully accused and thrown through this corrupt court system himself to make him have understanding. Maybe God had a plan with that happening with Donald Trump. It's just because everything we're just praying and hoping that it's going to fall into place for us and our families. Is like I say, something's got to give, guys. Because how many people in the country, we have this little thing, and we're just praying and hoping to get these views, like every time we do these shows. But how many people you think are out there that have no idea what's going on with this corrupt child protective system? Somebody that just sits back at the end of the day at work and turns on the news and doesn't bother to look up these things like this. Because I never knew anything about CPS myself until I went on Facebook. I'm like, I'm going to just type in CPS. Boom. I found all these families and all this stuff going on. And I'm like, whoa, even though that's bad for you, I'm like, I feel better for me because I'm not the only one out there. And you guys, you are not alone. Okay. You have all kinds of backup plans. If you're feeling depressed, or feeling you can't take it anymore, just stick it in there because you can do it, and as God is your witness, okay? Just when you pray, guys, just believe it, be serious about it, because God's there and he's not gonna forget about us. He's not going to forget about the children, because I mean, Jesus, God, whoever, I don't know if you guys aren't into that. I always myself, like my husband always was, like if he had a problem or a concern, he liked to take it to the top. I'm going to get this to the president. And somehow they want to turn around. Oh, you're calling the White House. Oh, you're spewing hatred about the government. This is what they said about me, that I call the White House and spew hatred about the government. No, I don't. I'm just trying to give you some ideas of how to make this country a better place. I got ideas. Okay. And we were freely giving our analysis and probability theories. We weren't asking for nothing in return, but we didn't expect that you're going to destroy our lives because we're woke up to your crimes. We might criticize you and maybe we'd use some bad language. But I mean, that's just a few bad words, guys. Get over it. This is children's lives we're talking about. Have you heard on YouTube that the newest news on Warren Sapp? No, I have not heard about that. And Danielle says, don't give up. It's true. You can't give up. And the Trump pen is mightier than the sword. Hello. Yeah, you got it. And as I say, that's your oldest my oldest son is actually, his name is Sword. My husband named all my kids, and he named the boys and I named the girls. And there's a beautiful story behind why he named my oldest son Sword. And I miss all my kids. I love all my kids. I love my husband, and it's all about love today because it's Valentine's Day, and we're giving out the love and hearts, and we want to heal the brokenhearted. Okay, we want to all just, can't we all just get along? You always remember that. I mean, and to me, guys, there might be some statistics out there that say, this race would be taken more than other race. Like I say, is we're all human beings, okay? Let's act like it. You know, we got to act like human beings. Um, we're not. It's not. We're. Races. All that doesn't matter. Okay. It's who you are inside and what you. I don't know. It's just hard. It's hard to say, and sometimes I get that way. It's speechless. Danielle, I don't even know how to say your last name, Dan. Woo. I'm sorry, I'm not good at that, but I'm Danielle, and I want my family back. Bring our babies home. Bring our babies back. Save Sage and Chris. 2. I put 2 because he's Chris the second. I want both my Chris's saved. My husband for putting out a cartoon, a little kind of raunchy cartoon that was kind of rude and crude, and talking about pedophile judges. Well, I'm sorry, it's a reality, and this is what we have to deal with, and we want our families back. And we won't be silenced. I mean, they can't lock us all up, guys. Okay, they can't shut us all up. Like I say, it takes a village. You like the karate movie? What? Oh, it's like a karate movie. Hoo-yah! Oh, whoa, whoa! I get. Thank you for that. Okay, guys. Look at this. We're past time, and I think I'm gonna wrap it up. Unless Jonathan wants to tell us about this news on Warren Sapp. If not, we will look it up when we get off of this stream. And thank you all for joining. Thank you, Debbie. Debbie's always seeming to be there every step for every show. I really appreciate that. Tamil, which is Tammy or Tamil, she's never confirmed which one that was, but she's always a vivid watcher. And you guys that are coming in the chat, we really appreciate you very much. And even if you don't want to, be a voice on the show, you can throw through a few words in there, or just, a couple of little memes or something like that. Just know let us know you're out there, and you're supporting what we do. And we're trying to educate people on these family court issues, these things that are going on. We want you all to know your rights, what your rights are, and what to expect if CPS comes knocking on your door. And that's what it's all about. You just saw it yesterday, Jonathan. All right. Thank you so much for joining, guys. And again, I can't stress enough. I don't know if anybody else is having a show today besides this one, but besides the one that starts at 7 p.m. Eastern time. But we all got to get rested up, prettied up. Come on. Maybe you want to put a little makeup on. God forbid, Brenda. We gotta straighten up. Look at, I even wore a dress for the occasion, as y'all probably seen when I took a spill on the floor. But look at this. I got my dress on, my Valentine's dress. I don't know. I'm not sure what I'm gonna wear later. I'm trying to think about it, because I have like this is a very nice thing right here. This is nice. And it's kind of like, it's true. It's like tattered, it shows the tattered flag. And this is true. It's like a tattered, tattered America, but we're coming in targeted. Patton, am I saying that right? Good morning to you. Thank you for coming in, even though like we're about to wrap it up, but I just wanted to all to know, everyone know, hey, we are getting ready for this big show. We've been talking about it for over a month, okay? And now it's finally together. Darren's working really hard on getting these wonderful graphics and making sure everything is running smoothly. Thank you, Darren. Thank you, Vinny. Thank you, Danielle, and all the advocates that have been working so hard to get you guys information, helping some people with cases, and just giving, facts that maybe giving some information from their cases that would be helpful to others. Thanks to Nagler as well. Hopefully he's sleeping in this morning. He was there last night on the show that we did late night a little bit. So get some rest, you guys. What's he saying? Warren Sapp meeting. Cops called over hats. Akachabi, Florida, NFL. Really? Okay. So this has to do with Florida. I'm going to be on that and checking into that, because any news about Florida, I want to know. This is where they stole my children, and this is where a lot of other parents have had the same problem. And I was noticing the other day, I know about 4 people that are in Florida that had their children taken in 2016. I don't know if there's a meaning to this, but this was all before Trump got into office. And again, now before Trump got into an office just recently, my husband was nabbed as well. So our freedom fighters, our families, our let's go, Brenda. Let's go. All right, you guys, I'm going to wrap it up. Thank you so much for running the show this morning. I'm going to be out of here. I really appreciate it. And I think I got to go put my ice on my butt, because I really did take a spell, guys. Yeah, it is all for the freedom of our children. Come on. It's okay. We'll survive. I will survive. Is there I wonder if there's I wonder if Darren's putting together a song specific to the show. I think he said he was, and he played a little bit of it yesterday. But like I say, thanks all. Thank you very much. And it's a beautiful thing that you did, put my face up there on this beautiful pink with the hearts and everything. I like that. All right, y'all. This is Brenda Cambron. And standing up for my family, Sage, Chris, and the other Chris, my husband as well. Okay. They started. I started being targeted in 2012, and it's true. We will not be silenced, guys. We are a force to be reckoned with, and now they're gone. Give them the law. That's what you say. Heroes, and we're gonna get it out there, and we're gonna get it done. And know where you're at. I've got the, and like I say, I got the copy. I'm here. All right, guys. Brenda Cameron, and I'm out of here. Have a great day, great afternoon. And CPS took the love from us. Voices rise, tears in the night. We need justice, make it right. Valentine's Day filled with dread. Thoughts of love replaced with lead. Kids taking hearts in despair, taken from their parents' care. Hey now, President, listen up. CPS took the love from us. Voices rise, tears in the night. We need justice, make it right. Kim and Danielle Gunner too. Brenda, her
President, listen up. CPS took the love from us. Voices rise, tears in the night.